Well, hello, YouTube. Born to be Wild NE here. And as always, NE stands for Nebraska. Go Big Red J Huskers. Hey, the Husker women's volleyball team played in the national championship last night. They lost in the fifth and deciding set to a great program, Stanford Cardinal. Fourth year in a row that the Huskers have made it to the Final Four. 2 of those years they won. Last year and 3 years ago. And of course, Stanford has won 2 of the last 4 years, this year and 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Nebraska did not make it to the finals. They lost in the semifinals. Stanford won their 8th championship in women's volleyball last night. Nebraska has 5. Penn State has 7. And I think those are the top 3 in the country, if my memory serves. Forecasted high in Lincoln is supposed to be 52 today. It has been warm enough, long enough, that all the main roads will be clear of snow and ice. Most of the snow is even gone. Sunday the 16th of December. Thank you, kind sir. The forecast calls for a stretch in the high 40s and low 50s from now until the 23rd, I believe, of December. Wanted to take an opportunity to get out and ride, even though it won't be a terribly long ride. A little bit of the snow's hanging around. We've had 3 snowstorms already in Lincoln. Craziness. Boy, do these hand guards make a difference. I'm wearing my summer gloves, and I'm not cold. My hands aren't cold. I should probably slow down a little bit. I don't need to be going quite so fast. For this ride, I'm back to using the Sena GP10 Bluetooth backpack for my GoPro. Haven't quite figured out the hardwired mic placement in my helmet yet. I did get a Purple Panda microphone, which I think was recommended by Chase on 2 Wheels, if I remember correctly. One of those prolific moto vloggers that have gone through lots and lots of microphone setups to try to find one that works for them. So you can see a little bit of the snow's left, not much. Oh, this feels so good to be out for a ride. Oh, baby. There's my Nebraska flag. Gives you an idea of what wind I'm facing. I'm headed east, so that wind is coming out of the north. For these here parts, that's not so bad. I'm on Highway 2, headed east right now, out of Lincoln, Nebraska, towards Nebraska City and across the Missouri to Iowa. Yesterday morning, I spent some time looking at my Butler Maps for Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, Arizona. online route planning software, MyRouteApp. I'll put links to both those in the description below. For those of you who have not yet discovered Butler Maps, they are motorcycle-specific maps. And they have teams of people who actually ride all the roads, and then great color code stretches of road, either yellow for the best roads you got, red for the next level, and then orange for the third level. And those three levels distinguish all normal roads. So my plan is to head out to Fort Collins, Colorado. I'll have to pick my timing next May or June. And then to hit almost all of the yellow stretches of road in Colorado. Then head over into Utah and do all the southern parks, southern Utah national parks, all the yellow-coated roads there. Do the North Rim and the South Rim of Arizona, and then head back. I'll make sure to do, I will make sure to do Monument Valley on the Navajo Indian Reservation that straddles the Utah-Arizona border. It's where all the old John Ford Westerns were shot, many of which had John Wayne in them. And the touristy, trappy thing to do, go to the Four Corners. Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona all meet in one spot. There is an extinct volcano in northeastern Utah that I want to hit on my way home. And it'll be a long tour, and it'll get me one more set of experiences for what I hope to do in 2020, and that's do the Northwest United States, Western Canada, and Alaska, including, if I am up to it when I get to Fairbanks, the Haul Road. Luckily, in these days, it's so easy to check out current status of roads that go through such places. And also, at least the weather forecast for the next couple, 3-4 days. Yes, you can get forecasts that go out further than that, but I don't know if they're all that reliable when you're talking about mountainous regions of the country. Oh my goodness. It is just absolutely wonderful. Woo, doggy. Oh my gracious. Wonderful, wonderful. So my summertime gloves are fine. I do not have the grip warmers on, doing a lot of talking. I have not posted any kind of worthwhile vid in quite a while. I used the word worthwhile there, didn't I? That's a little presumptuous, maybe? Oh, well, it's fun. And I've been trying to think of plans to how I could get better and get more targeted focus of maybe different kinds of categories. I've done some research, actually, and captured some information about historical things in the state of Nebraska. And that can, go back to the Pony Express, the wars our government fought with Native Americans, to the wagon trains, the Oregon Trail, the Mormon Trail, and some other trails, to way back to prehistoric dinosaur digs, and as far forward as an interesting story that I'll cover in a vid after it warms up, is during World War II, just east of Hastings, Nebraska, kind of in the middle of the state, there was a naval ammo manufacturing and storage dump, and something like 60%, either 60 or 40% of the naval ammo used in World War II was manufactured in the middle of Nebraska. Also, an interesting World War II tidbit that I'll cover is a location in Omaha, Nebraska, where a Japanese balloon bomb exploded. Now, it exploded up in the air, so at least the reports I found about it so far said there wasn't any damage nor casualties. But isn't that interesting? And some history buffs will know about the Japanese trying this to try to bring home World War II onto the home front in America with damage and casualties. But a balloon made it all the way to the middle of the country, Lincoln, Nebraska. Excuse me, Omaha, Nebraska. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska. Duh. Yeah, those homes are on the other side is a Arnold Palmer designed golf course. Table Creek. Might be able to see bits and pieces of it through the trees. I don't know. GoPro's not good for that kind of thing. You can see some of it there. So I think that's about it for my GoPro video. I'm just going to get up here to a Lewis and Clark visitor center and turn around and go back to Lincoln and call it a nice ride for the day. Thanks for watching. Share and subscribe. I know that's a stretch of an ask, but mainly take care all, and a wonderful holiday season, Christmas season, whatever is appropriate for your faith and religion. So we're almost at the Lewis and Clark Visitor Center, as that sign tells us. there's Lewis and Clark and their dog Seaman. Using their spyglass to survey the land. There's the building sitting up on a bluff overlooking the Missouri River, which for most of their journey was their highway, so to speak. Yeah, see, there's a little bit of sand and gravel here. Not too bad. Now we're getting into some melt. That's not ice at this point in time. But there you go. There's a little bit better view of the visitor center. And it looks like a replica of one of their boats. Flag still flying at half staff in honor of George H.W. Bush's passing. But there you be. I'm gonna stop it now. I've blabbed on for quite some time now. Take care, y'all. The old hand's getting a little bit cool, so I just turned on my heated grips for the return ride, 48 miles back to Lincoln. Not much of a challenging ride or a scenic ride, but a ride nonetheless. And in these here parts in December, yes, I'll take it. Oh, there's an unharvested field. Oats, looks like. There's some corn that's not harvested yet. Wow. Do you think they've concluded that the cost of harvesting outweighs the benefit of the product they produce and sell? Ouch. So that's got to be a tough proposition. Takes some thinking to be a farmer. Not like it used to be decades and decades and decades ago. We just put in a lot of hard work and able to scratch out or make a decent living.